This is video 8. This is the first video on my encouragement playlist. This was written by me, for you, for any chosen ones out there that resonate with this. This wasn't a script generated by ChatGPT with an AI narrated voice. I wrote it, I'm going to read it, and I hope you enjoy. Your enemies have fallen, one by one. You were born into this world with a target on your back. Some people claim that we choose our parents, our siblings, and our life's events before we entered into this earth realm. Some believe that this is a prison planet. Some people will say this world is your oyster, and life is what you make of it. You were born into this world seemingly cursed. Your life has been difficult since you were a young child. Your parents were so self-oriented that they couldn't even care for your needs. They couldn't see past themselves. You were a fun little play toy for which they could marvel until you started to grow. Then, just like a puppy or a kitten that ages, gets older, and is no longer a novelty, that's how your parents treated you as you started to grow. You were abandoned, neglected, brainwashed, caught in the crossfire of their ugly divorce, and used as a weapon against each parent. Your older sibling viewed you as a threat instead of embracing you when you came into this world. Instead of going through life as a team together, your sibling decided to make you the enemy. The decision was made to break you down before you even had a chance to be built up. You were tormented in every way, ridiculed, laughed at, beat up, torn down, set aside, cast out, shamed, and used as an experimental play toy until you were broken down with a severe case of Stockholm Syndrome for the ones that hurt you. Your family was not on your side. This is not the life you picked for yourself, but you've chosen a different life for yourself. You've chosen other people, not blood related, to be your family. Although the world around you seems like a prison planet, politics, our education system, the media, movies, music, false prophets, false religion, fake history, so-called science, so-called friends, people who supposedly cared for you but left you for dead, narcissistic parents, psychopathic sibling that was supposed to be your sidekick and your protector. This world not only seems like a prison planet, but almost like you're on the Truman Show. You're the main star. You are the object of torment, and the world is your viewing audience, watching to see how much adversity you can take before you give up. This is how the outside world makes you feel. And despite all of this, you remain free in your internal world. You've preserved yourself by escaping in your mind. You've created scenarios, places, and people in your mind to preserve you through this dysfunctional place in which we live. You believe that there is something better out there. You have faith and hope. Those places that exist in your internal world will someday reveal themselves in your external world. You live your life in gratitude, despite all the things that have happened to you. You're grateful and amazed that you're still alive. People have put you through a lot of pain. You've also inflicted pain upon yourself and taken years off your life through bad habits and unhealthy ways of coping with your post-traumatic stress and loneliness in this life. As soon as you open your eyes when you wake up, you thank God. You give thanks to God throughout the day, and you thank God when you go to sleep at night. God sees you, and God hears your prayers. God knows your gratitude and your simple pleasures in life. God has supernaturally protected and sustained you to get you to where you are now. You've not only been discarded by your family and tormented by your siblings, you've also been betrayed by friends, co-workers, and significant others. This wasn't just a couple times. It seemed to happen with each person that came into your life. It almost seemed to happen like clockwork. Much in the way that your parents quickly became bored with you as you grew out of your cute baby phase, your friends and significant others also got bored with you. How is it that these behaviors have now gone from your parents to some of your friends? Some of these friends have even turned against you to become your enemies. How did these behaviors go from your siblings making you an enemy to your friends now making you an enemy? This isn't to say that you haven't made mistakes. This isn't to say that Some of this can be explained by cause and effect, caused by the way you've conducted yourself, which are less than desirable. But at least you're humble enough to admit this and change where you've been wrong. But not all these behaviors in other people were your fault. Some of these betrayals have no explanation. These betrayals have been painful, and they've hurt you time and time again. Many of these people have come into your life to try to destroy you. They posed as your friend, but they had ulterior motives. As was stated in the beginning of this video, you were born into this world with a target on your back. This brings to mind an account in the Bible. But Jesus went down to the Mount of Olives. At dawn he appeared again in the temple courts, where all the people gathered around him, and he sat down to teach them. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery, and the law of Moses commands us to stone such a woman. Now what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap in order to have a basis for accusing Jesus. But Jesus bent down and started to write on the ground with his finger. When they kept questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let any one of you who's without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. At this, those who heard began to go away, one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left standing with the woman. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Then neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." This passage is from the book of John, chapter 8, verses 1 through 11. Have you noticed what time is revealing? Have you noticed God's justice in your life? Have you noticed God's favor for you? This is a word of encouragement. This is a word telling you not to give up and to keep going. You have a purpose and a mission in this life. God has sustained you and stood by you through your life to get you to where you are now. You're on the brink of a breakthrough. You're not there yet. You're actually in the hardest part, where things get the darkest before you see the light of your breakthrough. Although there seems to be darkness surrounding you, your internal world remains bright, and you remain faithful and hopeful. There is evidence for God's favor in your life, and for God's justice in your life. That evidence is in the fact that many of the people that abandoned you, underestimated you, turned their back on you, tormented you at an early age, neglected you, conspired against you, slandered you, tried to get you fired from jobs, tried to get you arrested for bogus charges that eventually got dismissed in court, spread rumors around town about you, traumatized you, and then blamed you for your reaction, and tried to strip you of your confidence and self-esteem. Time has revealed God's justice in your life. Some of these people are not doing so well in 2025. Some people have been hurt in their relationships just as they tried to hurt you. Some of these people have been humbled. Some of these people have realized that you were right all along. Some of these people are realizing that they shouldn't have underestimated you. Some of these people are realizing they should have taken you more seriously. Some of these people used to be in the spotlight. Some of these people used to be the center of attention. Now they're lonely, broke, unhealthy, washed up. Some of these people realized that you've surpassed them. Some of these people realized that you're the one from which they need help and advice. Some of these people have been exposed for who they really are. They've had things taken away from them, just like they took from you. You don't celebrate, and you don't necessarily get pleasure from seeing these events unfold. Your hope is that these people could find true humility in their suffering just like you did. Your hope is that all of those who are lost and don't know Jesus would find him when they're in a dark place where you've been for so long. You have even extended your hand and offered help to those who did the most damage to you because God's love is within you. And here you are still standing. As the years go by, there are fewer and fewer people standing around you to accuse you while Jesus stands by your side. One by one, people walk away until there's nobody left except you and the King of Kings. Jesus says, "Rise up to your destiny. Rise up to be the person I've called you to be. Rise up to be the person you were always meant to be. It's your time for my light to shine within you and outside of you for the rest of the world to see." So if any of you can relate to this video, know that you're not alone. Although this seems like the darkest hour, there's something amazing right around the corner. Your loneliness, isolation, rejection, and separation was protecting you and preserving you for this exact time in your life. So as always, never give up. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, stay optimistic, because the best chapter of your life is right around the corner. I'll see you guys in the next video.